Resident Evil 2 Remake, in my opinion, is simply nothing short of a masterpiece. It's the Resident Evil game that first introduced me to the series, and even now it is still my favourite in the franchise to date. However, replaying it after having played through the original makes me realise where in places it falls short. An example of this is the scenario system. It seems to be rather lazily done in the remake. In the original, the stories fit together very well, and certain activities done in one story would affect the other character in the second story. In the remake, the new story is well panned out. Leon and Claire hardly see each other though. They'll only see each other 4 times, and that includes through a monitor at the end of the game. Certain periods in the PS1 version where Claire and Leon would meet now just shows us notes as a way to symbolise that the events are actually happening at the same time. The zapping system to me, however, was really one of the only major downsides to the Resident Evil 2 remake. However, the remake successfully rejuvenates the original by remaking it to newer standards by putting their own RE engine to full use and making everything, all characters, all creatures, and all environments all look photorealistic and up to date. Enemies in the Resident Evil 2 remake are legitimately scary. This is visually the most terrifying we've ever seen the zombies, the quickest we've ever seen the lickers, and the most intimidating we've ever seen the tyrant look. The zombies are extremely aggressive in the remake, which is great. As soon as they see you, they head straight in your direction. The limp that the zombies have make them very hard to hit, even while standing in place. This, from the original, is a change I really love. The original uses a function called auto-aim when shooting, which tends to hit enemies automatically without issue, even if they aren't on the same camera yet. With the remake being a third-person game, you control where your bullets end up, and if you miss any shots, you are simply the one to blame. You have the ability to move and shoot, but it reduces accuracy when aiming. Staying stationary reduces reticle size, making the bullet spread far more accurate. In the remake, Mr. X is terrifying. He is represented as more of a stalker enemy and has been executed into the game brilliantly. His footsteps really bring up the adrenaline and makes the game feel far more intense, and in Leon's campaign, the final fight against him is excellent. The only problem is, the more you play, the more pathetic he gets. You don't get any rewards for wasting all your resources and knocking him down. He will just get up shortly and start chasing you again. It is honestly just best to lead him away in order to progress. The classic go for the eye trope is something a lot of games have used, especially recently, and that includes the Majora's Mask 3DS remake, which didn't originally include eyeball weak points. The only reason it was acceptable with Birkin was because he was originally designed with the eyeball weakness mechanic, so I'll let it slide. Birkin has 5 forms and is the main boss throughout the game. This is probably the right time to talk about how balanced the ammo is. In both Leon and Claire A standard difficulty, I had a good amount of ammo and never really ran out. In fact, I was storing away ammo because I had so much. In hardcore still, the spread was fair and I had just enough to get by. However, in Claire B, I found myself with such little ammo and health, it was a struggle to go the whole way through. So much so that I was on the G4 fight for almost an hour and a half and only managed to beat the final Birkin with literally my last bullet. After either Leon or Claire have left the police station, a new section with one of the side characters becoming playable occurs due to a certain event taking place, such as Leon getting shot in the shoulder or just to show what Sherry was up to during Claire trying to find a way out of the station. In Leon's campaign you play as Ada and in Claire's you play as Sherry. Sherry's piece of the story is just one short stealth section which goes on for as long as it needs to. It's a really great part of the game and it shows just how corrupt Chief Irons is.
It's all over now! Doors locked!
Ada's segment is okay. It relies on the EMF visualizer, which is a device used for detecting wires and electrically controlling objects through the walls. This section is mainly about puzzle solving and avoiding death, which is surprisingly hard when Ada's gun has very few bullets and is very weak. The soundtrack in the original Resident Evil 2 is incredibly memorable and also fit really well with the areas and situations you were in. Even people who never played Resident Evil happen to know one theme or another from the Resident Evil franchise. The soundtrack in Resident Evil 2 Remake, however, is not good. It seems to be more background noise than actual music. The only times music is noticed in the remake is during boss fights. In conclusion, my final rating for Resident Evil 2 Remake is a 9 out of 10. It has a couple of problems, but without them the game is fantastic. The unlockables and hidden raccoons give a reason to come back to the game, and each story is at least 2 hours long. This means at least 8 hours of game time, and that's without discussing the extra modes. The puzzles alone are enough to make the game very fun, and the backtracking feels more as if it would be worth doing, as well as in most cases is optional. minus the chess puzzle, which can fuck itself. But if you haven't played this game yet, I highly recommend it.